Yes, I'm back.
Everything really hard feeling now.
No, feeling really good. I was actually ready to play probably from the first game, but we just thought to give it a little bit more time to get some strength work done. Throwing feels fine. Probably won't have a cannon to start off with, but it's fine. Batting, no issues. Probably need to be a little bit smarter in the field when it comes to diving around and throwing myself around just to get back into it. But it feels really good.
And just looking on from the outside, how the boys have gone, obviously the tracks haven't been the greatest, but what have you been able to take from, is there anything you've been able to take from last year?
Yeah, I thought it was really important to be around with the team and just still be here. Obviously, it's really important times for us to assess where we're going with certain players and also the way that we're trying to play. But it has been difficult, as you said, with the wickets that we've been playing on. So, one or two guys have been looking really good. But in terms from a batting unit point of view, it's been really tough for the guys. So I'm hoping that tomorrow will be a lot different. It looks like a good wicket. And that's what you want to see. You want some good runs on the board and also games going a bit longer.
So can you just give me a short assessment of some of the new guys that have batted in the order so far in the batting lineup?
That has played? As I said, it is quite tough to judge guys on what they've been playing on. I feel it's a little bit harsh. But sometimes that's just how it works. You get opportunities. Some guys make debuts when it's flat and the bowling is a little bit easier, and some guys get it a little bit more harder. I was impressed the way that Heinrich Klaasen played in that first game. Showed signs of what we're looking from him. Aiden's looking good, so we just need him to push on and get a big score. He's looking really good. Bowling's been exceptional once again. As I said, in Sri Lanka, we've got some really nice wicket-taking options right through the innings. That's something we're really working on, is to try and get better. We're from overs 11 to 50 and trying to keep getting wickets. Imran is exceptional. So it's just about trying to improve that area. Batting, it's too difficult to say where we've been leaving it a bit short and when we've been good, because it has been quite challenging for the batters.
And just one more. Faf du Plessis has been in the squad now. Just your assessment on him and how he's been in the net sessions that you've seen him in?
Yeah, really good kid. I think he can play. I've made a big point of spending a lot of time with him and just sharing the experience and knowledge that I've learned over playing a few years. But I think he's got a nice bright future ahead of him.
This is Aldo Manaba from Radio KC. Based on your performance so far, mentally and physically, are you ready for the World Cup next year?
Mentally and physically, I'm feeling exceptionally good. As I say, based on fresh. So I feel like a youngster in the team again. Got the spring in the step. So I'm really pumped for the season. And the guys are very motivated and driven to try and put in performances to put their names in the hat for that World Cup selection, but also as a team we're still trying to find our feet and exactly how we're going to go about playing that World Cup. But there's some exceptional young guys coming through, and their talent it's nice to see. Obviously, Björn Mulder is injured now, which is not ideal. As a youngster, we would like to give him a little bit more games so that he gets used to playing in that role. So that's an opportunity for someone else.
Oh, just back on the batting, obviously the way international one-day cricket is going, with teams scoring bigger runs and batting more aggressively, you guys want to sort of go into the World Cup, set that platform. Has it been disappointing playing in the types of pitches that you've had, that the team isn't sort of possible to get that new play?
Yeah, exactly. That's spot on, and that's we're trying to evolve our style of play a little bit more, not in the sense of going gunno and slogging out there, but it's just that mental approach of not fearing to get out and trying to be positive in whatever your own game plan would be. So it is tricky when the wickets don't allow for that. On wickets, when you play like that, that's when the old school, bat long and bat deep, that's the kind of conditions that you have to bring it back to. But I think our whole mindset and thinking is not necessarily in the current. We keep looking ahead. We keep trying to make decisions that has got an impact on 6 to 12 months ahead. So everything we've done so far has purely been on looking ahead.
Faf, will you be batting
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm on about 3, but there is a thinking in the brain's trust of, especially the coach. He likes me at 4, so that's something we'll still tinker with and play around with and see what is best for the team. But for tomorrow, I'm going to go 3.
We know that you like your all-rounders at 7 and 8, and with Dale getting a 60, does that put his name in the hat there? If Lungi and KG is up front?
Yeah, Dale got 6 pairs of gloves and 2 bats to deliver today. So he thinks he's an all-rounder now, but it was a great knock. I was on the plane when the match started because I wanted to go home just for the night, and when I landed in Cape Town we were 100 for 7, and when I got back home Dale was in 60, so I was like, what the flip is going on here? But it's really important that our tail gets runs. We have got a tail that is not as good as other tails around the world. It's not, England can bat up until 9. We've got a tail that has more bowlers. So it's really important that our bowlers can somehow have an impact on chipping in wherever it's possible. So for Dale to do that yesterday is a really good thing for us. Dale, Kagiso, the 2 of them needs to score some runs, because Imi and Shamo and Lungi, they're still a work in progress.
When you say you're looking at 6 and 12 months ahead, is that still the mindset you're going to Australia?
Yes, everything. I mean, that's obviously, as you guys know, there's been a lot of talk about opportunities and trying to grow the pool of players. It's about identifying the kind of guys that we feel will be that brand of player that we can take to the World Cup. So it's been a very big pool of players and a lot of opportunity. And I think both myself and the coach, our thinking is getting a lot clearer in the kind of players that we're looking to go. So Australia would be probably the last opportunity where we will still tinker a little bit with 1 or 2 things that we think can work. But it will start closing down now a little bit more than it has been the last 3-4 months.
Sorry, just finally, with all the talk about the pitches, look at this one here.
The net's played really well. It looks really good. So let's hope for the best.
So because you spoke about the longer tail, does that obviously mean that there's more emphasis on number 6, this position, and more pressure on them to actually perform in these matches?
Yeah, I mean, there's two schools of thought for us. One is obviously, as we've said quite a lot of times, that number 7 all-rounder position becomes really important in terms of the runs that he can get. And we are still trying to find that best number 7. I think we've got a lot of all-rounders that competes for that number 8 position, that is good enough to bat at number 8 and bowl 10 overs. But we were in the process of finding who's a number 7, who's a real top order batter. So that's the one process, and also maybe to play around with the idea of picking your best 7 batters, whoever they might be, and your best 4 bowlers. So that will also be something that we are still looking to try and do. As I said, we continuously looking to how we can get wickets. So that will be your 4 best bowlers. So we'll try that tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if Faf already answered this question. Seeing that you have already won the series, how have you prepared for the last test series tomorrow?
The last one-day series.
Yes, the last one.
Yeah, the guys are training really hard. I can speak for myself. Also been training hard with the guys and feeling really excited to be back on the field again. The guys are motivated because as I said, we're not looking at what's necessary in front of us right now. There's a big purpose and a big push for what lies ahead. So at no stages are we looking to just take it easy. The guys are still really trying to impress, as I said, and trying to get into that World Cup side.
Again, about all-rounders, were you disappointed to see Barney signing a contract?
It's disappointing to see any player sign a contract. Barney has been a really good player for South Africa. He's done really good things in one-day cricket. And obviously, I think in his mind, he saw that the last while he didn't play as much in the process of looking at other guys. And obviously, that's a decision that would, as I always say, I really support it. I send him a message saying, well done on your international career. You've played for a long time. We're going to miss you. So I wish him all the best. I think it's for him, maybe in the stage of his career that he feels it's more security. So it makes a lot of sense.
Just a couple in Afrikaans, just that you're playing tomorrow in injury and hopefully you won't be diving around.
Ja, ek sien baie uit om dit te speel. Lekker gerus en ek dink altyd vir al hoe ouer mens raak in jou cricketloopbaan, rustyd is verskriklik belangrik want jy mentally is jy weer lekker lus om te speel. So ek sien uit na dit. Die lyf en die skouer voel goed. Gooi is alright, batting is goed en ek gaan bietjie minder try duik, maar ek weet dit is baie moeilik want as die bal naby my is dan duik ek gewoonlik.
Just a quick summary also, just about the batsman, Rizal and Dino, and the wickets that you've had to play, just a little bit on the bowler.
Ja, die batting hierdie series was bietjie moeiliker geweest. Die blaaie was moeilik geweest vir die ouens om veral om positief te try speel. Dis van daai blaaie wat jy jou tyd moet vat en jy try by 250 uitkom en dit is genoeg en dit bietjie meer as jy doen old school one day cricket. Waar dis nie waartoe ons wil gaan nie. Ons wil positief wees. Vir my is dit belangrik dat ons as bowlers kan ontslaa raak van enige iets wat ons mentally terughou. En dit is gewoonlik daai wat jy net probeer survive. So die spelers try nou 'n bietjie meer freedom kry in dit om self te sien wat hulle kan doen as bowlers. So jy gaan dit nie altyd perfek reg kry nie en die ouens maak nog steeds foute, maar dis soos ek sê, dit gaan nie oor nou nie, dit gaan oor vorentoe wat ons try doen as 'n batting unit. So môre sal 'n beter blad wees en ek hoop môre sal ons 'n bietjie meer van dit kan sien.
Dis iets van die bowlers as jy gelukkig met wat die bowlers doen.
Ja, bowlers, ek's baie bly vir Dale. Ons weet dat Dale en Lungi en Kagiso doen baie goed die laaste ruk. So ons het gekyk na nog 'n opsie vir 'n nog 'n seam bowler wat ons belangrik is in ons 15 en Dale het gewys die ander hand dat hy nog sy spoed het, hy het vinnige bal, hy het goeie beheer gehad en hy het lopies gekry. So ek's baie bly dat na 2 jaar laaste speel het hy mooi sterk teruggekom.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you.